Hi, and we're on example 4 on page 12 in your book, so pay attention in there and look it over because it's kind of complicated. We are still in rates and proportions, our standards, and it's 7.RP.2 and 7.RP.2b. Lots of confusion, but we're just identifying the unit rate in tables and word problems. And so it says Lexi painted 2 faces in 8 minutes at the crafts fair. So let's pull out the math. It's wiggly, sorry about that. 2 faces in 8 minutes. All right. At this rate, how many can she paint in 40 minutes? So they want to know in 40 minutes, how many can she paint? And so they're giving you a couple of methods here. You can draw a bar diagram. And so if it takes 8 minutes to do 2 faces, so they're going to set it up like this for 2 faces. You want that to be a unit rate. Unit rate is the denominator of 1, and you're going to go, it's going to take 4 minutes for 1 face. And so at this point, you have 40 minutes, so you're going to have 40 divided by 4, so she can do 10 faces in 40 minutes. And then there's another method here, and you could set it up the other way, and so it would go 2 faces in 8 minutes. So this unit rate would be divided by 8 over 8, which is kind of weird. And so that would be 20 or a quarter of a face in 1 minute. And if that's the case, you would multiply by 40 because you have 40 minutes to do it. And so you would get 10 faces in 40 minutes. A little bit confusing, but we'll look at that. All right, and so it is 10 faces in 40 minutes because they're not asking you for a unit rate. They want to know how many faces you can paint in 40 minutes. There you go. Hi, and we're working on example 4 on page 12, so follow along in your book. And we're still on rates and proportion, and remember rates is a comparison of 2 things, 2 different units, and it usually looks like a fraction with units on it. And we're looking at standards 7.RP.2 and 7.RP.2b, and they are identifying the unit rate in tables and graphs. It's a word problem. We want to pull out the math. Lexi painted 2 faces in 8 minutes. 2 faces, let's pull out the math, in 8 minutes. Let's get rid of some of these words. At the craft fair. At this rate, how many faces can she paint in 40 minutes? Well, if you look at this, you can do the graph in the book, and you know that if you want to get down to 1 face, so we're going to set this up as 2 faces in 8 minutes. I'm not doing it again. This is really acting weird. I like the green one better.